Alrighty, good morning everybody and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another episode of Officer Ben Responds to the Comments. Not only am I responding to the comments, but I'm educating the ignorant with these. The comment that we're going to talk about today, this is an alarming trend that I've been seeing on the channel and on the internet as well. And that is people who comment on a video without having watched the video. We've been seeing this for years on articles and stuff like that because people are just commenting on the headline. It'll be like black man killed by white officer. And then the comments underneath are, of course, the white officer killed the black man because police officers are racist and all that. That's exactly how it comes. And then when you read the article, it says that the black man shot at the officers and ended up hitting 3 of them. And then they shot and killed him. But the comments are all, oh, well, those police officers are racist, obviously, right? It's a little bit more concerning to me when it's not an article, but it's a video, because it takes almost no effort, right, to watch a video. You don't have to know how to read. Your level of comprehension can be very low. As a matter of fact, I prefer watching videos over reading articles myself because I'm a little dyslexic, and when I try to read words, they don't come into my brain good all the time, right? So it's understandable that you would watch a video instead. A lot of people are wired that way. The video that we're going to be talking about today is this one. If you remember from the body camera channel, this was a drug dealer by the name of Florida. And this is the actual thumbnail that I put up on the video. And during this interaction, he told officers that he sells drugs and that they said, yeah, I know that you sell drugs. So here's the comment that we're going to refer to. And he said he could have literally said nothing and he probably would have gone home. The funny thing about this is that the guy did go home at the end of the video. So it's kind of funny because this commenter, who goes by the name of Dell, and I don't believe this is the official YouTube channel for Dell computers. I think this is an imposter Dell. It's clear that he didn't watch the video, but also it's not true necessarily, because the officers in this situation could have arrested Florida had they so chosen. For those of you that don't remember, this was a video where there was 911 calls about a man wearing a Bengals jersey stumbling down the street, appeared to be heavily intoxicated. The officers found him, had a conversation with him, and took him home. If you can't quite remember what happened in the video, I'm going to go ahead and I condensed like a 16-minute video down to about 4 minutes. So let's watch the video now. And then when we come back, I'll talk about the video and I will respond to his comments and the follow-up comments that he made about it. So without further ado, here's the video.
Hey. Hey, partner. Hey. What's up, boss? You good? You good? Wake up, bud. Where you at? Hey. Her king. Hey. You good? You okay? Yeah? Where you coming from? What's up?
I don't know. You want to talk to me? Go do something.
Get some juice? We're here to check on you, make sure you're okay. Someone called, they were concerned.
Where the hell is my girl at?
Girl, keep your hands out of your pockets for me. Get your hands out of your pockets.
All right, man. You ain't got to worry about none of that.
All right. Just keep your hands out of your pockets for me. Where? Do you know where you are?
Yeah.
Where you at?
Columbus, Ohio.
Where in Columbus, Ohio?
On the west side.
Yep. Well, getting closer.
Yep, we're there, run down.
Where are you coming from? Just stay sitting down. Just stay sitting down.
I'm good, brother.
Where are you coming from? Where are you headed? Where's your sister stay at?
Oh, yeah.
Where's your sister stay at?
Right here on Mound.
On Mound? Okay, the Mound's right there. Just have a little bit too much to drink last night? Okay. Like I said, someone called concerned. They saw you walking down Mountain. You're stepping in traffic a little bit, and then they said you're heading up Butler, and that's why I find you over here. All right?
You're doing that job, man. I apologize about that, sir.
It's all right. Well, where at on Mountain is your sister's house?
Y'all ain't come check your swim.
Here's your hat, buddy.
What this was, officer?
It's in the middle of the street. So, your nickname's Florida. You got a Bengals jersey on and a Chicago hat.
Ain't no bits and all, so, I don't want to get home.
What do you do for work?
Me? Sell drugs.
That's true. I've been told for quite a while now there's a real tall black guy named Florida. Trapping unsolvent. Finally met him. There we go. Is there somewhere we can take you?
Yes, please. Right up the street to my sister's house for now.
Where's she live at? Mountain of
I
what?
live 2 seconds over. If you would drop me off on the first street, you would be, shit, you would drop me off on the street.
Florida? Florida?
Sir?
You're mumbling, dude. We can't understand what you're saying, all right?
You can drop me off on the first street. Yes,
On Front Street?
this street, man. And the skirt, first, the first street.
You said your sister lives on Mound. West Mound Street, right?
Okay. We're going to give you a ride up in South Highland. Is there somebody there?
Yeah, it could be.
Okay. Who stays up in South Highland? Who stays there with you?
Brother?
Your brother? Don't fall over.
Oh, no, I'm good, bro.
All right. Let's go over to the car then.
Yeah. What did I do? Just fall asleep out here in the road?
Have a seat for me. I got to have a seatbelt on you.
Thank you for being so polite to me,
Yeah, man.
man.
I got this principle where I operate off of respect as long as everybody else gives me respect, you know? No need to be disrespectful if you're not being disrespectful.
I'm busy being dick to me, man. Thank you very much, bro.
Yep.
I mean it.
Yep. Just watch your foot.
Alrighty, so there is the video interaction. That's the highlights of, like I said, I think it was like a 20-minute video that I posted on the Body Camera channel. So here is his first comment. I replied to it. We're going to see a little bit of the back and forth in a moment, but let's just address this on its face. He could have literally said nothing and he probably would have gone home. Well, that's actually not true. On its face, if the officers wanted to arrest him for disorderly conduct, there was multiple sections of the disorderly conduct code they could have arrested him for. Sorry, I got a little spit dribbled out of my mouth. So there's multiple different phases of the drunken disorderly type of code. There's the first one that's it says something about being willingly intoxicated in public that would alarm a person of regular sensibilities. This guy was highly intoxicated. It was very clear that he was highly intoxicated, so they could have arrested him for that and taken him to jail. It would have taken very little effort on their part. The other section of the disorderly conduct section is intoxicated to the level where you are unable to care for yourself. He was obviously unable to care for himself, and that is the reason that the officers spent so much time and energy trying to figure out who he was and where he belonged so they could take him to a family member that could watch over him to make sure that he was safe. If they were unable to find a place to take him, they probably would have been forced to arrest him. That's just the fact of the matter. You know, you can't leave somebody that is that level of intoxicated out on the street. Here's the next part. So it was funny because what my initial reaction to his comment was, you know, he said he literally could have said nothing and he would have went home. He would have gone home is the proper English there. Maybe English isn't your first language, so I'll cut you a break. But it was funny because if you watch that video, they took him home. So it was clear to me this guy did not watch the video at all, and that's what my comment was. Well, if you watch the video, you would have known he's homeless, and the officers did give him a ride someplace. He was not arrested or charged with anything. It kind of reminds me of the scene in Indiana Jones in The Last Crusade, where the Nazi is like slapping the elder Dr. Jones, demanding to know what was in the his memoir, his sorry, I'm looking for his diary, or his list of facts of where to find the Holy Grail. And eventually Dr. Jones says,
"What does the diary tell you that it doesn't tell us?"
It tells me that goose-stepping morons like yourself should try reading books instead of burning them. Colonel!
That is exactly what this guy's comment meant to me. So I replied with that. But then it gets better because he decided to double down. Well, he didn't necessarily double down right away, but he will in a moment. He said, okay, well, my bad. Usually 9 times out of 10, a tall male black means law goes out the window. Thank you for being good, decent humans. Personally, I've given up on humanity, so I will go watch the entire video. I took exception to his response here as well, because he says usually 9 times out of 10, a tall black means the officers are going to do something incorrect, right? What he's doing is he's demonstrating his own ignorance, and he's demonstrating the biggest problem with our society right now, and with people that comment on things that they don't understand or have any information about. This is something that happens all the time. And I'll bring it back up here. He is doing his part to fuel the narrative that when police officers come in contact with a large black man, that obviously they were going to abuse him. And he would believe differently if he actually watched the videos rather than just ignorantly commenting on them without knowing what happened, right? Because I could bring up the use of force statistics. I saw that the Columbus Division of Police released their annual use of force report the other day, and it showed that there was, 175,000 dispatched runs in the city of Columbus last year, and there was only a use of force in 0.05% of them, meaning 99.05% of the time, there is absolutely no use of force. Nothing happens. Nobody gets arrested. This, that, and the other thing. If you would actually watch the videos, you would understand those points. But so I replied to him. I said, you believe that because, like most people who have opinions, you haven't seen the thing that you're commenting on. This is literally the best example ever. I mean, it doesn't get any more clear than this. He completely misrepresented what happened without watching it, and then he went ahead and defended the reason why he didn't watch it. But here's the part where he doubles down on his ignorance, and this is where I like to say the truth comes out. He's not an objective person. He's not an intelligent person. He's not a person that's willing to look at the world objectively and make decisions like an adult. He is a screaming little child that is committed to being ignorant. So his comment here is, speak for yourself. I believe because I'm going to read his words. I believe because I've very seen, experienced horrible white, all caps, police officers. I know surely you're going to say all cops are goods, but in real life, blue lives are the biggest gangsta in America. Just yesterday, a cop get arrested for beating his wife. A black prosecutor went Facebook with racist videos. This was yesterday, and it was just stuff we caught. Imagine what we didn't catch. Y'all need to step requirements up for cops instead of hiring people off Craigslist. There's a whole lot of stupid in that comment, but that is the exact kind of comment that we see in the public all of the time. And it's people like him that are steering the public narrative. I have a serious problem with this because it's like the ignorant voices are the loudest voices, and they are the ones that the politicians are listening to. And this is what happens with the majority of our protest movements. I guarantee if there was a protest downtown in whatever city he lives in, regardless of the facts of the case, he would be down there protesting against police officers. Now, the last thing he said, I want to comment on also, because I believe that he is contributing with his ignorance and his voice, contributing to the relaxed hiring standards amongst police departments. Says, y'all need to step up the requirements for cops instead of hiring people off Craigslist. So I don't know if he's been paying attention to the real world. Obviously he hasn't, because he comments on videos that he doesn't watch. But police recruiting is down. Applicants are down across the board in every major police department across the country. I literally just saw a headline today that the Ohio Highway Patrol is struggling to find recruits to fill the ranks. Here's what happens when departments are struggling to find enough people to take tests to hire. They're left with a smaller pool to hire from, and they are forced to relax the hiring standard. Back when I applied for a job to be a police officer, I went to a very large building because I work for a very large police department. There was probably 2,000 or 3,000 people that took the test the day that I took it. The department was only going to hire about 150 of those people. So you're looking at maybe the top 10 or 15% of applicants actually got a job. Now, the city that I work for has I believe they have a goal of hiring about 150 police officers per year. And when they offer a test, they're only getting 200 or 300 people showing up to take the test. That means that the top 50% are very likely to get hired by the department. When you are drawing from a smaller pool, you don't get the opportunity to be as picky about who you're hiring. Now, why are people not applying for the job of being a police officer? Well, one of the big reasons is this narrative out there that's being taught to our children that is 100% a lie, that police officers are the bad guys in our society, that they are the biggest gangsta in America. It's ignorance like you, Dell, and people just like you that are out there, bashing police officers, saying that police officers are bad, that they are not being held accountable, that are demanding criminal charges in cases where criminal charges are not warranted. What you are doing is you are persuading people not to become the police, and you are forcing police departments to lower their hiring standards. So what you're also doing is you're increasing the likelihood that there are going to be more negative police citizen interactions, because the high caliber of people that we used to be able to hire on the police departments, those guys are taking other jobs. They're going to be stockbrokers, or I don't know, some other white collar job, right? If I had it to do over again, I would probably go and try to be a pharmacist or something. I would not become a police officer. I'd do something that I could get paid the same, if not more, without putting my life and my safety and my family's financial safety on the line. With the state of policing right now, and people like Dell and mayors across the country like what we're seeing, and politicians that have this stance against the police where they either want to defund the police or abolish the police or bring police up on criminal charges that are not warranted, I would not recommend that anybody become a police officer in this environment. So if you're a intelligent person that has a good head on your shoulders and you want to do something good for the world, I would recommend that you don't try to become a police officer. And that's because of people like Dell. You are the problem. Those are going to be my thoughts for today. Thank you for watching. I'll talk to you soon.